Hey everybody, Nick Moore, Director of Sales for Electrification with Briggs Stratton here at the GIE show. Going to do a run through with our electrification side of our Vanguard Briggs Stratton booth here. I'm going to start with not necessarily part of the lawn and garden show, but we brought in our club car golf cart that features our Vanguard battery. So this is kind of the project that really made us a formidable manufacturer in the lithium-ion battery space. We established a factory working with Club Car to give them a battery that we now power all their lithium-ion fleet golf, so golf carts that go to golf courses. So kind of the top of their line. The reason they went with us was because of our ability to get them what they needed, our focus on safety, and our ability to very quickly work with them to design a pack that was exactly what they needed to fit in the product here. From there, walk you through, we have a full lineup of our standard batteries. So you can kind of see we start from small going up to larger here. We got a 3.5 kilowatt hour pack that's going to be coming out in about a year. The 5 kilowatt hour tall pack here is the one that really kicked it off for us. We launched that about 2 years ago, and really kind of to see what the market needed. We wanted to have a standard offering, make it real easy for customers who were just trying to figure out this electrification journey. From there were a lot of people that needed more runtime, so the next one to come out was our 10 kilowatt hour here. So it's basically a larger capacity of our 5. Then obviously here we have the version that you just saw on the golf cart here. The nice thing with all our packs is really we can customize them to whatever a customer would need based on the internals of how we design it. These packs right now, so this one we offer as a 3.8 kilowatt hour. It actually fits up to 5 kilowatt hours with the cells that we use today. In about a year, it's going to actually be coming out as a 7 when we move to the next cell technology. So the number one design focus for us when we launched lithium-ion batteries was safety. We are not going to be the company that's going to be on the news having challenges with lithium-ion that people unfortunately get used to seeing here and there. A lot of that could be avoided if people would look at ways to ensure that they're making a pack that can't have issues. We go with the cylindrical cells. That's the smallest source of energy, so that each one of these cells is essentially a level of safety in itself. We're using wire bonding technology, so the cells are electrically connected within the pack with wires that act as fuses, so that if a cell would ever have an issue, that fuse is going to disconnect it from the pack electrically, and the pack can continue running with really minimal impact. You can see between the layers of cells here, we have thick aluminum plates. What that's going to do is if there was ever a cell issue and it was going to prevent it from having any interference with the cells above or below it. Coming up to the top here then is where our BMS is. Every one of our batteries has a BMS, or battery management system, installed in it. We wanted to make sure that we're controlling the brains of this battery. We can ensure that it's never going to be operating in an unsafe manner. What our BMS does is it checks all of the internals of the battery to make sure everything is good as far as current and voltage and temperatures. And then it also is checking on the outside of the battery before it would engage. So unlike a lead acid battery where the terminals are live, if you accidentally dropped a wrench, it might spark or something like that. Our terminals actually have no voltage or current going through them until the BMS is told to turn the battery on, and then it actually will do that. And the way it does that is with the contactors that we have up front. You'll see a lot of different ways people design batteries. We feel real confident that what we did was take every level of safety to the highest level we could to ensure that a customer's going to get a great experience. Another one of the great features with our BMS is our ease of integration into a piece of equipment. We're able to share what we call our power map, so that our goal is for an end user that isn't an expert on batteries. We don't ever want the piece of equipment to shut down on them and they have to sit there and wonder what happened. Our BMS can work with an OEM's controller of their vehicle, and if you're approaching a limit of temperature or current that are too high, it can tell the controller of the vehicle to start to derate or to go into a limp mode of sorts. Let's say it's a lawnmower, like we have a lot here. You could have it where it automatically turns off the blades, and so you can continue to operate the piece of equipment and get to where you need to go. So these are all our stationary batteries that you'll see at the show and multiple booths and pieces of equipment, a lot of lawn mowing equipment that we're really excited about. Now I'll take you over to our latest and newest innovation in the lithium-ion battery space. We'll be sampling it throughout 22 and start of production is early 23, our swappable 1.5 kilowatt hour battery pack. We want to make it real easy for a lot of different pieces of equipment to go lithium-ion battery powered. Here we have a concept of a potential multi-stage docking station for battery charging. And similar to the discussion with the golf car, over here we have a walk-behind concrete trowel. Again, not really what you'd normally see at a GIE show, but again, what we want to show here is that this battery can be used on many, many different applications. The idea here is, the power tool industry, most of the manufacturers there, they have their own battery that they use interchangeably through all their pieces of equipment. In our industry, there's really no one that has that option for all the different pieces of equipment that they might offer if they're not a battery manufacturer. So our idea is to have a battery that can easily be swapped and put into different pieces of equipment. You could run on one of them, or you could parallel multiples of them to get the runtime you'd want. And it's easy to put it in and take it out of whatever application you're working on. The great thing with all of our batteries actually is they are very easy to parallel, which means you can put multiples in line to continue to increase your runtime as needed. We're really excited about that, getting a lot of interest from a lot of folks that really aren't necessarily ready to take the leap all the way to a very large installed base of lithium-ion battery power, but this can get you in the door without having a huge price tag to the customer and get them to an electrified product. It also solves a lot of problems for people on pieces of equipment that you might not be able to run indoors today with an engine because of emissions. You can now convert that to lithium-ion battery power and do the job in a cleaner way. I hope everyone enjoyed the walkthrough here today. If you want more information, we have all of our battery specs on our website, vanguardpower.com, and I'd be happy to hear from people that reach out to me directly. Again, Nick Moore with the Vanguard electrification side of the business.